We are a light in this world. I like diving in. Diving in. You know, this whole process is about diving deeper into our own souls. And and I'm thinking that it kind of fits totally with what we're talking about this month about fulfillment. That's the place we're gonna find the real fulfillment. Is diving into our own souls. So, and I really think that Reverend Elizabeth and Reverend Nicole and Netta did an excellent job of lining up our talks this month. I like the idea of how they totally went to the core of what we hear and talk about. And so when I looked at the topic, I said, oh, yeah. I don't know, they might have heard me talk about this enough already, but I'm going to talk about it some more. So today's topic is, I am a manifestation of spirit. And the monthly theme, I was smiling when Beverly was talking. It is really about what's coming from within us. And that's what this whole process is about. And we find that fulfillment when we reach within us and come and being of service to others. We really can land in that awareness and that understanding that spiritual presence, that which we are identifying and claiming we know and embracing and all that. We get it into the idea and understanding that it really is about us learning how to keep reaching here and get the awareness and the true power of learning and understanding the truth of our being. And to understand that, more than ever, I've come to the realization that the divine expression is constantly revealing itself in many ways in all of our lives, and it's constantly showing itself with each and every activity we engage in. It's kind of like I'm learning that spirit is able to express its presence in millions and millions of ways. And every soul will bring that awareness in their own unique way. There is no soul that hasn't revealed the power and the beauty of Spirit's presence in them. It's up to us to look and find it, see it. We choose to see it. We choose to see it or not see it. But every soul has it. And it is in that, when we make that statement, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscience, I'm the action. We declare and we claim that God is all powerful, everywhere present. It's absolutely everything that is in existence. And then we're going to stand back and say it ain't us. I mean, it's almost like, what? I realize that more than ever, that the divine presence is the essence of who and what I am. And the whole journey is understanding and aligning myself up with this understanding and awareness. I love the idea of asking myself, how do I step more fully into the idea I am spirit in action? Now that is the question I looked at today. I am spirit in action. I can only be spirit in action because nothing else exists. So when I look at that and I start measuring that as far as how to do that, do I have the mindset to do it, to really know that I'm spirit in action? Do I have the intention so strongly felt in my heart that that's the way I lead? Do I have the deep-seated awareness that every act that I go through is spirit in action? Am I living this life like I know that I am spirit in this action? I mean, these are the questions I keep asking myself. Am I doing this? And sometimes I do stop and realize that it's it's life outside of spirit, that everything I do is coming from that divine presence within, that every activity is a blessing unto itself. So when I get into this dichotomy, this conversation with myself, sometimes it comes out in such a way that I just feel, okay, I'm just going to focus in this way. But recently, I began to feel that if this is always true, but I feel like things are happening different than what the spiritual presence in me is. What's going on? What's the issue? Then I realized that as soon as I turn towards knowing this, whatever I'm experiencing begins to flow in a different way. It flows in such a harmonious way. As soon as I start looking at, I'm coming from spirit. Spirit is all that there is. It doesn't matter where I am or what's going on. This particular activity begins to flow in a different way, and it flows towards harmonizing itself. It flows towards revealing it's what it is about and what is the information that it is given. It flows in such a way that it feels and is, and I know as this blessing to my being, who and what I am. And this flow and this experience becomes one with ease and grace. And no matter how low or how out of alignment that I may have felt I was, it is all of a sudden, it doesn't matter how far I'm off path, how far out of alignment, it doesn't matter. I know that the spiritual presence of life is what it's all about, anything and everything becomes all right. And I can flow through it in such a way that I know that the harmony and the love and the joy of life is going to be the outcome. It is amazing how it can be so all in alignment in anything that is unfolding in my life. It is the wonder of understanding that this spiritual presence is always there. So then, and what came out of that is the awareness, truly aware that my perception of reality is what I got to deal with. My perception of it is the only thing that I have to only thing that I have to look at, only thing that I have to be aware of, and that perception is what I'm going to experience out of this activity. So it isn't about divine not being anywhere. It is about me knowing that my perception line up. The perception is my perception that this is God in expression. It's my perception that this person is the divine presence of life standing before me. It's my perception that this activity is all of God's love and joy and peace coming into expression in another way, in another form, another avenue. And it is infinite amount of avenues, an infinite amount of people, and the way it can come and unfold in our experience. I know that this experience is what can produce a unique and expanded experience of spirit itself that can only come through myself. Yes. It can't be done by anybody else like this. It can only be done by me like this. Yes. And I know that every person, every individual is another way spirit can say, life is to be lived, life is to be loved, life is harmony, life is the beauty of being. It is so it is so enriching. I think a greater word for that is so freeing. It frees me. It frees me from all the angst and the anxiety and the fear and the pain and discomfort. It frees me from let me see if I can put it this way. It frees me from acting out of the imprint of society and opens me to act from the imprint of the spirit within me. That society imprint doesn't have to be what I act and approach life from. My imprint, my understanding of the spiritual presence of life is the uniqueness that is in me. And that is true for everybody. And that's why it's so rich to kind of experience and be and to be immersed into life's activities. And I know that when it's bumpy and steady, I need to shift my perception a little bit, shift my understanding and awareness of the presence, shift the understanding that I am the author of this life that I am living. That is the way spirit unfolds for us. Everybody. The richness of being comes from within. So when we know omnipotent, omnipresence, omni-action, we know the power and the beauty of who and what we are. It is only through my experience of being and behaving and acting and seeing and deciding and whatever activity I'm engaged in, that the world will get to experience divine presence in this unique way. Now, the wonder of that is I don't get to experience these other unique ways unless I recognize that this is true about every soul in my experience. So when I shift my perception to know this, the wonder of what I experience from others, the beauty of seeing a life unfold and become an aware, oh God, it's so rich to see a soul when they open the eyes and realize the divine presence is flowing. I mean, my God, that is probably one of the most, thrilling things that I ever experienced is to see an awakened awareness come flowing into expression. Because nobody can give it except the one that's giving it. But I also found out I can't experience unless am I giving it myself? I don't get to do that unless. So knowing this wonder and this beauty of how this is integrated into us, and being the greater expression of spirit itself, and being who and what we are, and being who and what life is about. Spirit is in action. We're working with our perception in all kinds of ways. But I think that the richest thing that I got out of this more recent growth in understanding is that I must imprint my own perception. That means that I don't take that news as the understanding. I can observe and see the spirit of life and what it offers. I don't take that society view as where life is coming from. I step into the understanding that I am getting a message of love in which I can open myself up to receive. And it's almost like letting go of life's judgments, letting go of all the fear and negative pull downs, and realizing that all is unfolding in such a way that I learn from it, that I grow from it, that I experience the greatness of who and what spirit is from it, and the truth. And I see that truth. That truth that says knowing the all-powerful presence of life is the essence of who and what I am. It's the essence of who and what everyone is around me. Sometimes I found in my past it was very challenging to see that. But now, it's like, okay, I don't have to worry about that. I just have to worry about I need to shift my perception. That's really all what it is. And you know what? As soon as I shift it, life flows accordingly. Life really flows according to my perception of it. No other way. We are free to live life totally according to our own perception. And that's what it's all about. Teresa, you want to tinkle a bit? Because I know. Thank you. I want to just tinkle a little bit. I want to do this. And I'm not sure where it's going, but I want to do it. As we take our mind and allow it to embrace these concepts, Spirit is all-knowing, all-powerful, absolutely everywhere present. Spirit is all the action in the universe. And that each and every one we see, know, or experience is this flow of being in its infinite potentiality, in its infinite power, in its wondrous beauty of manifesting that which we call life. Energized by that powerful, all-knowing energy of love. As we know this, each one of us, as we experience this, as we understand this, we free ourselves and freeing ourselves to know and understand that the perception that we have in this moment is the best and most powerful and most dynamic perception we can have, and life is flowing out of it in such a way that which is around us shines brighter. That which comes through us lifts it higher. That which we are always knowing comes out of a love that says, truly, that we are each the beloved in whom the universe is well pleased. We know this. We are this. And this is our truth that we take from us. So it is. And so be it.